everyone, and welcome back to the post credits here on the post credits channel. I'm Adelia, that's my buddy Brandi. We're here to talk about Happy's Place, Season 2, Episode 13, The New Chapter. This was a fun one tonight. How you feeling, Brandi?
Feeling very good. Sorry, I just had to take a hit in my inhaler, so you might be hearing me clear my throat a little bit, but I'm doing as best as I could be. But I love the show tonight.
The show was great tonight. We talked on this review show a few weeks ago about how Melissa Peterman had said she thought Jean Smart would be a great actress to play her mom on the show, but I think Jane Lynch knocked it out of the park.
She did. We got Jane Lynch tonight, who, if any of you are Gleeks like me, Jane Lynch was on Glee, and that's where I'm a big fan of her from. I've seen a lot of her work, but Glee was... So I knew she was good at playing the sarcastic, badass, so I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. She's definitely a manipulator. Manipulation
got
up
some
the
people
wazoo.
in the chat. Yeah. Hi, Jasmine. Thanks for tuning in.
Jasmine and Cisco.
Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Sharon Riley 5700. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, Jane Lynch was amazing, and I loved that when she walked into the tavern tonight, she was charming and pleasant and the exact opposite of everything Gabby's always said she was. And then slowly it reveals that she's exactly like Gabby said she was.
But I like that she came in the first one, she's like interacting with our Steve and Isabella. Yeah, I almost said Gabby. We're going to keep doing this.
No. We're going to keep doing this. It is just something that's going to happen on this show.
But but before that, like, Gabby was getting rid of some of her baby stuff because she's not going to try to have a baby because she can't have one anymore. But so she tells her story about the doll that she got for her birthday. Laughing Diana. And how
my favorite line in this entire thing was Steve going, "I knew you had a haunted doll somewhere."
So Gabby starts telling them about the doll, and it almost sounds like a haunted story because this doll looks definitely
This doll looks like it's been through some shit.
It's been through a war.
Yeah.
It looks like it was blown up with a bomb. But it was her doll, and she loved it, and she saved it for her baby. And she tells them about how she got the baby, and she loved it because it laughed. And they did this laugh, like, ha ha ha. And it just filled the room with joy, and she loved that baby. And then one day she went off to school, and her mom tried to get rid of it.
Yeah, threw it out the window into a storm, and Laughing Diana lost her laugh as a result of this. Which will come back into play later in the episode.
Yes, so so we got told that it doesn't laugh anymore, and then the lady walks in and is charming, and then come to find out it's Gabby's mother.
Well, first Gabby goes into the office with Bobbie. She's in the office with Bobbie when Val, as we find out her mom's name is, comes in, and she goes up and approaches Steve first and says, "Pardon me, but is your accent from Colombia?" And he was like, "Yes, as a matter of fact, it is." And she tells him that she went on a fabulous vacation there, cruise to there or something. And then she turns to Isabella and says, "Your skin is just flawless." And Isabella's all like,
But she's like, I'll have what you're having, because she's like, "Can I get you anything? I'll have what you're having that makes your skin flawless." And I was like, oh, yeah. She's buttering it up.
And then she is talking back and forth with Steve and Isabella, and the office door opens, and she turns around, and out walks Gabby, and she's like, "Gabby, my daughter!" And she stands up and she gives her a hug, and Gabby's like, "What are you doing? Are you falling?" And she's like, "Why are you acting like we don't hug?" And she's like, "'Cause we don't."
We're hugging now?
Yeah, like we're hugging now? Like this is a thing? And then she's like, Mom, why are you here? And Val says it's because Bobbie invited her. And Bobbie's like, what? I don't remember this. I do not remember ever inviting her, which she clarifies to Gabby when Gabby says, I need to go talk to Bobbie in the office. And
about
Val
some
tells her to use her
things.
words. Yeah, about the place where we work is what Gabby eventually says. And so Gabby goes into the office with Bobbie, and Gabby's like, oh my God, she's here. Why is she here? Why did you invite her? And Bobbie's like, I don't think I did.
I don't remember doing that.
Yeah, I don't remember doing that. We find out that Val sent a nice card when Happy died. And Bobbie sent back a response, just saying thank you for the card. And then later, Gabby is continuing to go back and forth about her mom and how evil her mom is. At one point, she said she's the root of all evil. And Bobbie says, I think that's money. And she goes, money couldn't buy this evil. Like, Bobbie remembers that she had written in that thank you card, I hope I get to meet you someday. Or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And Val has apparently taken that as an invitation.
And because her mom doesn't show up without an invitation, and then she goes, that was it. That was the invitation. That's why she's here.
Val is consistently through this episode talking about her friends, and she has all these friends, and her friends all find her fabulous and wonderful, and they have the most wonderful B&B, and of course they're obsessed with me at one point.
They're all obsessed with her.
Yeah, they're all obsessed with her, and like she's laying it on really thick. And so, while Gabby and Bobbie are in the office, Val's out there still talking with Steve and Isabella, and Tokala walks by with all of the baby things that Gabby had brought in, and he's holding Laughing Diana. And Val jumps up and takes it from him and is like, oh, I haven't seen this in years. And, the doll that she drove all over the place to find for her little Gabby before her 7th birthday. And then Steve and Isabella are like trying to get her to say, but you didn't like the doll, right? And she's like, oh no, I love this thing. And it made Gabby so happy. But she said the sound doesn't work anymore. Do you know what happened? Oh yes, I'll never forget the day that broke my Gabby's heart. And she tells this whole story about a tornado and her risking
that Gabby
exactly the same way Gabby.
That Gabby left it outside, but she said Gabby left it outside though.
Yeah, Gabby left it outside, and she tells the story in the exact sort of way that Gabby would. The sky was ink black and the winds were whipping wildly and all this stuff. And she went out there and risked life and limb for this doll. But sadly, it was too late because that day, Diana was silenced forever. And like just this whole crazy like thing. And so then she notices the rest of the baby stuff. And Tokala basically says, well, Gabby had all of this stuff because she was trying to have a baby. And before anything else can be said, Val starts freaking out like a mother generally would about their child trying to have a child of their own. And Gabby comes out of the office at that point to tell her mother, like, I don't know why you're here, but you can't stay here. And she sees Val so excited that Gabby's trying to have a baby. And like everybody's like, oh, this is awkward because they know that Gabby can't have a child. And and eventually Gabby goes, I'm so glad you're here, Mommy, after Val says that she will, stay and teach her everything. And she throws another dig in there at Gabby about how you've never been a fast learner and all this stuff. And Gabby just like, this is the mother's love that Gabby has always wanted.
Yeah.
No matter how much she says she doesn't like her mother. And so she just goes with it.
And says she can't wait till she has a baby that's just like her, like Val.
That looks just like Val. Just like your grandma. Yeah. So Gabby just runs with it. And then we go to a commercial break and come back, and it's a couple days later because Bobbie tells Gabby in the next scene that she's been putting up with this for a few days. And
there was also did she have the scene with Emmett yet, or was that after?
Oh, the Emmett scene, yes. That I think is after, or maybe it's before.
Right before. I thought it was right before.
I think it might be right before. But Emmett makes her zucchini sticks, fried zucchini sticks, because he doesn't trust her yet. But he doesn't say he doesn't trust her yet. He says, "I don't know you yet."
Yeah.
And Val gives them the most glowing review of zucchini sticks I've ever heard in my life. And Emmett is incredibly flattered. And he says something about how he always feels that zucchini is the forgotten squash, which I don't think it is. And he says, "I'm going to make you zucchini flowers with brata, which is the forgotten cheese." Emmett was just... She said she knew exactly what to say to flatter Emmett. Exactly. And it was very funny watching that. And then when we get to the couple days later, Gabby, Isabella, see, I did it too. They're similar names. Two similar of names on the show. Isabella is presenting her evidence to Steve on why they should believe Val, maybe, on the story on Laughing Diana, which is she looked up when Laughing Diana was released, and it was a few months before Gabby's 7th birthday, and she looked up what happened after Gabby's birthday, and there was a tornado 3 days later, and it all is coming together like Gabby's been lying to them about her mother the whole time, and Val is correct about the story about Laughing Diana. I still didn't trust it at that point.
No, because she did put some digs in there when we not people would.
She's definitely making digs at Gabby in the earlier part of this, and then Gabby and Val show up, and they're so excited, and they're talking, and
they've went to a museum. They've gone.
They're doing all the mother-daughter
things. All the mother-daughter things
one would do if their mother came to visit.
And then she said, and then Bobbie said, "I think you've done everything. Hospital's not that big. I think you've done everything." Yeah.
And then
they're going to go to Dollywood.
They're going to go to Dollywood, which I love. I love that. And then Bobbie asks Gabby if she can talk to her in the office. So she goes in the office with Bobbie, and Bobbie's like, "Gabby, you're not going to want to hear this." And Gabby basically tells Bobbie everything Bobbie was about to say to Gabby. She knows that she can't keep this act up. She has to tell her mother the truth. And first she goes, in a couple more weeks, because she thinks her mom's going to be mad that she can't have a baby. And Bobbie's like, "No, you got to tell her now." So Gabby goes back out there to talk to her, and Bobbie gets Steve and Isabella out of there because they need some privacy. And Gabby tells her mom the truth, and she's expecting her mom to be mad, but instead Val gives her a hug. I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that response. And then Gabby's like, "You're really not mad, and you really wanted a grandchild. You made that very clear." And Val's like, "Well, stuff happens." And Gabby's like, "Stuff happens?" And eventually in this conversation, it comes out that Val is there because Val and her husband, Gabby's father, got a divorce. Not are getting divorced, but got a divorce. Gabby has not been told this yet. And so Gabby's like reacting to this in real time, and then she realizes Val's there because she can't go home.
She has nowhere else to go.
Yeah. Val says that Gabby's father said he's finally free. And you can tell that she's saying that with an attitude. And yeah, she's like, "You came here because you have nowhere to go." And it was like basically all an act from Val. And if that was my mother and me, she'd be out on her ass. I don't care. Like, you don't do that. It's your kid. But Gabby gets really upset and goes and sits out in the back porch area. I don't know what to call that area. It's behind the tavern. Is it the alleyway? I don't know. And Bobbie goes out there.
The back of the tavern.
Yeah. Bobbie goes out there, makes sure it's okay with Gabby that she stays, and then says she was going to stay anyways. And they talk about how they used to wish on stars as a little girl, and Gabby says she used to wish for a different mom, and Bobbie used to wish for candy, which I thought was funny. And they have a conversation about how Gabby's like, I just really wanted connection when I wanted to have a baby, and maybe I can have that with my mom. It sounds crazy after everything that Gabby said about her mom, but it's true. Maybe she can have that with her mom. I don't think this is going to end well in this season. I do not think this is going to end well at all. But
now we know why she's sticking around for a little while.
Yeah, because we read the article on NBC.com earlier today about Jane Lynch guest starring in this episode, and in it, Kevin Abbott, the showrunner, said she's around for a few episodes. And so I was like, really? Like, I'm happy about that because I love Jane Lynch, but I didn't know how that was going to work out, and now we know. Because after talking with Bobbie, Gabby decides she's going to go tell her mom she wants her to stay. We go back in the tavern. Gabby's not inside yet, but Dakota comes up with Laughing Diana to Steve and Isabella, and he's gotten it to work. So they're all pulling the string on the back of the doll, and it's that little laugh of Laughing Diana.
Angelic little laugh.
Which, I will say, if you had a child who was pulling the string constantly, would drive me insane after a while.
After having nieces and nephews, yeah, it does.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going through that with my niece and nephew now, when they're here and they've got stuff like that.
My nephew Devin had a doll we called Eric, and it sang "na na na," and that was his night. And we're like, "Yeah, Eric, na na na." And he didn't want to go to bed. He goes, "No, Eric, no, na na na." No, na na na.
Yeah. So Val comes out of the bathrooms. And she hears the doll. And she goes, "What is that awful sound?" And everybody knows then, if it wasn't confirmed by this point, that Val was lying about the story about Laughing Diana.
Yep.
And then Gabby comes in and talks to Val. And Val's like, "I know you don't want me here. I have plenty of friends to stay with. The Goulds, who are the ones with the Airbnb who are obsessed with her."
They're obsessed with her.
And Gabby says, "No, I want you to stay with me." And Val says, "Okay." And then hugs her. And then Bobbie does this.
Yeah, and she does it back. Yep. So I was like, "Oh, this is going to be good." I love this. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. So I'm really excited for next week's episode now. To see where this goes. Also thinking that we still have Sherry O'Terry coming back as the inspector this season, because they said she was on for multiple episodes.
Yeah, they did. So that would be awesome, because having both of them on at the same time.
Both of them on the same episode would be great.
But they
I'm
wouldn't.
going to look and see if the synopsis for next week's episode is out. Brandi, what were your overall thoughts on the episode?
Oh, I loved the episode. I thought it was great. But one thing I did have to point, and I did point out to you when we were watching it, was I never knew they were Gabby's father was in the picture, because they've never talked about it. So it was always Gabby and her mom and the relationship she had with her mom, but the way that came across, it was just Gabby and her mom, like her dad wasn't even there. So I was very confused about me and your father are got divorced, and I was like,
yeah.
I didn't even know there was a father, because the way she spoke was not about a father. She never spoke about her father.
All about her mom.
Just all about her mom. So I know nothing about.
Makes me wonder what her father is like.
Yeah.
Was he the caring parent and Val not so much? Oh, we forgot to say at the very end of the episode, Val reiterated that she doesn't care that Gabby can't have a child, because children ruin your life anyways.
Oh yeah,
Gabby's
that
got
was
this
a big.
look on her face, and that's when Reba does the.
What did she give to Steve? That Steve was like, was it a tissue? Or
She
something?
handed Steve a tissue. When Gabby comes out to speak to her, Val had like dabbed at her eyes or something, and then handed Steve the tissue, and Steve starts doing this, and Isabella
germaphobe.
immediately grabs the tissue from Steve, grabs the bottle of hand sanitizer, squirts it in his hand, and he does this.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that scene with Steve.
I was like, oh no, there was something again, another one with Steve. But I enjoyed this episode. Jane Lynch is always great. The cast is always great. So it was just good to see it. There wasn't a lot of Emmett, not a lot of Tokala, but they were all integrated somehow.
Yeah. Speaking of Sherry O'Terry, she's in the next episode.
Oh,
there's a synopsis out. The next episode is not until April 3rd, according to Google. But the synopsis for episode 14 is called Borrow in Trouble. Is Bobbie and Isabella learn Monica will inspect the speakeasy and devise a plan to get her in and out without running into Emmett. Steve and Dakota join Emmett at the fishing shack after Gabby implies he's mad at them.
Oh.
So we'll see.
But I was wondering, because I was thinking she would have to be coming back for the speakeasy. I think we said that the last time would have to be.
Yeah. We didn't know the speakeasy. We didn't know what she'd be coming back for. But she's coming back to inspect the speakeasy.
Yeah, when the speakeasy happened, I was like, oh, I wonder if that's where she's coming back.
Oh, yeah. Let's see here. There's another NBC article that went up 41 minutes ago about who inspired Jane Lynch's role.
So we won't be here next week. It'll be the week after. It'll be in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So Kevin Abbott, the NBC the showrunner, told NBC Insider that Val is his late mother-in-law come to life. My wife was there and was all over it when I was rewriting it to make certain that this was her. My mother-in-law's name was Valerie, so my wife went up to Jane at the table and said, "This is based on my mother." And Jane was like, "Oh, what was she like?" They talked a bit, and Jane just kind of incorporated it. My sister-in-law also came to the taping, and she's like, "Oh my god, I can hear our mother speaking." Lynch clearly brought the mother-in-law inspired character to vivid life. Other than my mother-in-law being 5'5" and brunette, everything else was perfect. And again, he says, luckily we've had her on several times this season. The role, she just, oh my god, she's so good. People love playing with her. I'm over there behind the camera laughing my ass off. Okay.
So this is some of the stuff, and then you had told me when we were off air that who broke that doesn't break?
Pablo, who plays Steve.
Jane Lynch had him breaking. And he never breaks.
Yeah.
He never breaks character, but great. Jane Lynch had him break character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. I really want to try to go to a taping for the next season. I try to go to a taping of like shows that I've liked, and like I went to Hot in Cleveland. I went to an episode taping of Hot in Cleveland. I went to go see Undateable. I went to go see Roseanne when it was before it was the Connors. It was the very last episode of Roseanne. I went to go see that. So I've been to a few tapings, and they're pretty cool. So I just want to experience it. I want to experience it with Adelia because she's never been.
You've never been.
You've never been.
I've never been to a taping.
And it's pretty cool. I've been to Saturday Night Live twice. I got into Saturday Night Live twice. And that's pretty hard to get into sometimes. So for me to be able to I got in there twice. It was very lucky for me to get into. So it's fun just seeing all the behind the scenes and all the camera work and all, everything that goes into making these shows. Like, I'm a nerd. This is something I've loved my whole life. I've always wanted to see
nerds, Brandi.
But I even told, so we saw Bryce Dallas Howard, who is Ron Howard's daughter. She's an actor and director. And I said, she grew up on sets, and she got to see her dad, directing and doing all that. And I said, that was something I really wanted to do. Like, I loved seeing how that, and she just would talk to me nonstop about all that and stuff. I was like,
we had a very good conversation with Bryce Dallas Howard at Rhode Island Comic Con this past year.
And I want Adelia to see just kind of what I mean, like what goes into making a show, and like the mess ups, and they do trivia. I want a T-shirt before, so like you get to. It's pretty fun, and they have like it's called a warm up person. So a warm up person comes out and you like get you like hyped up for the funny, So it's pretty cool, and I would love to go see this cast perform like in front of us. That would just be the greatest. I was like, we can get tickets online, or I was like, I need to find somebody. Like, who behind the scenes can get me to do like seats to go in, because I will do anything to go to a taping of this. Ugh, I just love this cast
so much fun.
So much. Oh, I love this cast so much. I think they're just great. So we're gonna do it. It's gonna happen. Yeah. It's gonna happen. Yeah. I just can't wait for the episodes of this season to see what's gonna happen with what's going on now. But we're getting a season 3, so
yeah, we are getting a season 3. So
that's why I'm excited to want to go see it, because they're all done. They're done filming for the season.
I wonder how many episodes are in this season, because if it's 18 again, there's only 5 episodes left.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be like the end 22? Should be in May.
Yeah,
I think it might be 8 if it's 18, or if they got an extra. It used to.
I'm gonna see.
I don't even know what the
schedule.
I don't even know what they go for all the time, because it used to be like 24 episodes a season for some shows, and now I don't think that's even that anymore.
Yeah.
And they used to have May sweeps. Whatever happened to May sweeps? That was just like, I guess, a Nelson thing, but May sweeps was always. I missed May sweeps because they used to have the exciting things that are happening in May. The cliffhangers, all this stuff.
Yeah,
and that's what I loved about
the show. 18 looks, according to IMDb, the last episode is 18 on May 1st. So we have one every weekend in April, and then May 1st.
So, the beginning of May, man, it's not even like in. Usually, it would be like the mid-May, end of May.
Yeah,
that's what May sweeps was all about. Like, it was all about. Yeah. You got all the exciting stuff happening then, but.
We're gonna have to come up with a different show to review during the summer. Maybe we finally do shifting gears like we meant to.
I know. Or we get back to doing Stumble, because I see a little bit of Stumble here and there. I'm like, I like it.
I haven't kept up with it, but I'm willing to watch it.
Kind of kept up. I think I still have all the episodes DVR'd.
I do too. So we can watch it. But yeah.
But I love this episode today. What did you think?
This episode was great. I've been wondering if we were ever going to meet Gabby's mom. I think I even said that on the show last week. Just, were we ever going to meet Gabby's mom? And I love that she's here. I love that she's Jane Lynch. I love that she tried to be the most charming woman on the planet and wasn't. And I really am looking forward to seeing Jane Lynch more on the show. I don't think it sounds like she's in next week's episode.
Oh, man.
But Sharon says, last season she mentioned her parents went to New England for their anniversary. I don't remember that, but I'm sure you're right.
I should remember that. I'm from New England.
Yeah. Brandi's the New Englander here.
I'm in Massachusetts, so yeah.
Yeah. Sharon, I believe, is that person that left us a comment that one time on the video.
Thank you.
Sharon, have you commented on one of our reviews in the past?
I think she has. I think the name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
for being in the chat.
Yeah. Thank you. I love when we have fans coming in and like talking with us, and we get to bounce off
talking with us about
everybody too. But yeah, I don't remember. There's a lot, but I just know she always talks about. There's been a lot
of episodes of this show, and a lot's happened in the last year and a half. So like,
but a lot of things is like it's something about her mom.
It's always something about her mom. If she does mention it, she mentions it very rarely, and I don't catch it.
And Adelia catches a lot. Adelia catches more than I do. Sometimes I'll get my little one, like, did you? And she's like, oh yeah. And I was like, I finally remembered something for once.
Yeah.
But thank you all who
Yeah.
came in and joined us. We really appreciate
Thanks
saying hi.
Jasmine and Sharon for being in the chat.
But
Thanks
Jasmine's is
everyone for
probably
watching.
Cisco's probably watching. Jasmine's my neighbor. So it's
All
probably
right,
her.
Jasmine and Cisco, whichever one of you it is. Thank you for being
Probably
in the
both.
chat. Please subscribe to the channel, guys. We are 12 subscribers away from 1100. We'd really like to get there very soon. So please subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. We will be back, as Brandi said, on April 3rd with another episode of this. 2 weeks, because it's 2 weeks till the next Happy's Place episode. And Sherry O'Terry's coming back, and she was delightful in her first episode.
I love Sherry O'Terry. I love her so much.
Yeah. So we'll be back on April 3rd. Please like the video and share the video if you enjoyed it with other Happy's Place fans. We'd really appreciate it. We just have a good time talking about this show, and thank everyone who tunes in to watch us do it.
Thank you.
Brandi, where can people find you?
Here with you. And if me and Justin never do anything again, but I was supposed to do the Oscar show with you, but some things came up, but I do enjoy the fashion of. We usually do a fashion show. We
might have to do the fashion show still for the Oscars.
But the whatchamacallit's coming, Met Gala in May. So we'll definitely be we'll be here for the Met Gala. Definitely doing what on earth are they wearing for the Met Gala. It will be me and Adelia talking about all the fashions.
Yep. So if you like that kind of thing, do tune in for that. And you can find me later tonight over on our sister channel, Good Friends Bitter Rivals, talking NCAA basketball with Justin. The March Madness has started. We're going to recap the first 2 days of the tournament.
That's my husband.
And that's Brandi's husband. Yeah. And we are going to be at starting 11 on Good Friends Bitter Rivals Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, talking about the week that was in the Premier League. And then we've got a couple weeks off from that because there's an international break. So do check all that out. Subscribe to both channels. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Say something.
I was like, no. I said you finally get a little bit of a break. Just a little break.
Yeah, finally a little bit of a break. But
thank you.
We have a Patreon or a Ko-Fi page if you're interested in supporting the channel financially. That all just goes back into the channel and helps us improve production and stuff like that. Pays for subscriptions to things like the studio we use to broadcast and things like that. So do appreciate any help there.
Yep.
And we are out of here for tonight, but we will be back on April 3rd, like we said. So until next time, guys, we'll see you then.
Bye, guys.